Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. A significant reorganization of the university system of New Hampshire is underway with a proposal already approved by the university system trustees to combine the positions of University of New Hampshire President and University System of New Hampshire Chancellor. In effect, the President of UNH would also be Chancellor of the university system, and that includes Keene State and Plymouth State. It needs approval of the New Hampshire legislature, would go into effect next July, and expected to cost millions at a time when the university system is facing what its board chair calls a revenue shock. With me in the studio is the current Chancellor of the University System of New Hampshire, Catherine Provencher, who has led the creation of this proposal. Nice to have you, Kathy. Well, what's led to this? I know the board chair has said it's revenue, less revenue from the legislature, less revenue from tuitions and enrollments, but what really has led to this reorganization?
Well, thank you, Fred. First of all, I appreciate the invitation, and I'm happy to be here.
Yep.
The university system and higher ed in general are facing significant headwinds. We have been changing for a number of years. We've been making all kinds of moves, but the enrollment, because of demographics, because of market pressure, enrollment is declining. That does reduce revenue, obviously. The significant reduction in state support was a shock at a time when we were making all of these moves. But this recommendation is not the result of the state revenue reduction.
Okay.
We would be making this recommendation notwithstanding that.
This is streamlining.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
That's
now,
what
you're going to save money. You're going to save money. I think you've said about $1 million from the organizational change and another $5 to $7 million from shared services such as procurement and accounting and so forth, right?
Sure. It is a cost savings measure, but the recommendation is not just a cost savings measure. When we reduce another executive layer of decision making, we can be more nimble, more flexible, act quickly, and we can really leverage the power of the system to lean into shared business practices, consistent business practices, build bench strength on all of our campuses with consistency. So it will result in cost savings, but also more nimble decision making.
You've said the current organizational and governing structure is inefficient, and so that's what's led to this, right?
It is strategically inefficient. We should be leveraging the scale of the entire system rather than having disparate business processes across our institutions, especially now when we are facing financial headwinds.
Right. Tuition's going up 2.5% this year after it has been frozen. It's second year it's going up. But your enrollment at the University of New Hampshire, specifically for the freshman class coming in this fall, is up.
It is. Our incoming class at UNH this fall is up almost 4% over last fall. And I think there are a number of things contributing to that win. UNH is one of the best value institutions in New England. Our students and prospective students recognize that. We are targeting financial aid more specifically to students who are more interested in attending and succeeding at UNH. So we're bucking some trends here in New England by that incoming class.
And that's after about a decade of difficulty with enrollment. So this is good news. Keene State is without a president. The president of Plymouth State is filling that role in addition to Plymouth State.
Yes.
What's the update on the president's search?
Yes, we are seeking proposals now from a handful of search firms, and we would expect to have a search firm on board within a few weeks. And to launch the search, we will have listening sessions with the community and the institution. I've discussed it with my board's leadership, and so that is underway, and we are very hopeful we'll have a new president at Keene State this year.
Kathy, nice. Chancellor of the University System, thank you for being here, and thank you for those comments about the reorganization of the university system, which has been going on and is still going on. If you missed part of this briefing, on that reorganization of the university system. You can go to WMUR.com, where it will be posted all this week.